Don't second guess that your Bitcoin is safe. Get a security audit through a one-on-one session with me and join the school community, the Bitcoin Masters, to meet other Bitcoiners, grow your network, and grow your net worth.
There's a suspicious new kind of attack that sits in this sweet spot of three different ways. The three main ways you can store arbitrary data in Bitcoin. You can either use the Inscriptions hack, which is amazing for people trying to store JPEGs and stuff, because they're storing so much data that they can sneak into the witness section of a transaction, and witness data gets a 75% discount in Bitcoin, and they get to make disproportionate use of that. But these guys aren't using that much, but they're also using too much to use op return, so they create fake pub keys, which are the most harmful form of spam in Bitcoin. And this is where it starts to contradict itself. They can't use op return because there's a bunch of spam filters preventing them from using op return. And they, in theory, really want to use op return because it's a bit cheaper than creating fake pub key outs. And the gaslighting comes in the shape of, well, we need to get rid of the filters on op return because then they'll use that. In the context of having said for years, there's nothing we can do about spam because spam filters don't work. So that is the contradiction here that's being so annoying for everyone to witness, because it feels like we can only ever acknowledge they work in service of relaxing filters to help spammers out. We can never acknowledge they work to prevent spammers from coming and destroying the whole, blowing up the UTXO set in the first place, because even witness discount abuse still blows up the UTXO set. It's not with fake pub key outs, but they still create millions of outputs, and they took us from 80 million outs to 200 million outs in 2 years, and just blew up the UTXO set, and suddenly a whole bunch of hardware couldn't run nodes anymore. And that was like an unmitigated attack that created a lot of problems that everyone that was self-declared, the people that did it said we want to create as much damage as possible. A lot of that was like, if I say that, it will annoy people and my video will blow up. So it was outrage marketing, but it was still true, and it did do that. So yeah, you got those three types of arbitrary data storage, and one of them is the theory is that they will shift from doing one to the other, which is less harmful. But the one level below that is, why aren't they doing that already if the filters that are preventing them from doing it are so ineffective? And then there's a bunch of, then there's like a laundry list of reasons that are offered, none of which work. But it's sort of that psychological thing where if I give you 50 bad reasons, you just sort of go, all right, I'll let you do it. Like, even if you had one good reason, that would be enough, but none of them are good on their own. They don't stand up. Like, oh, your fee estimation on your node won't work right if you don't go along with it, and small mining pools will struggle. And what's the other one they have? Well, the other one, the only really legitimate one is bloating the UTXO set, but I don't think anyone's really buying that, because the UTXO set is blowing up anyway with no one caring about it. It's just convenient in this case. So you have this new company, Citria, which is existing in this sweet spot, right? It's not using op return, it's not using the Inscriptions hack, it's using fake pub keys, and it's very convenient because that means, now we get to nuke a filter for the good of Bitcoin. And anyone that complains about it doesn't like Bitcoin or is too technically unsophisticated to understand what's going on here. But the implications of it basically mean we just need to work with spammers and modify Bitcoin as necessary to suit them. Otherwise, they will hurt us. And this is just pathetic and not true, and completely sets a ridiculous precedent that was never satisfactory before.